in the last video I did, man, I got a partner, man, that's in the comments section by the name of Brian. Brian basically asked, does tricking make your mouthpiece or your game lazy? Go.
Oh, does tricking make your mouthpiece or your game lazy? No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And I'll explain why. Because they think, again, this goes back to, the old thing. They think that you're just giving women money, you beg, and that's not what this is.
Right.
This is a situation to where women, these are women that we already know, dude. These are women that we're already familiar with. In the black community, a lot of times, dealing in the black community, you necessarily have to have a mouthpiece because it's your mouthpiece that helps you survive. That's how get over on how they present themselves. So our everyday experience requires us to have a mouthpiece, not these. You understand?
Right.
When I have to go to court, I have to be polished on my presentation. You understand? When I stand in front of a judge and explain why I shouldn't get a forfeiture judgment entered against me, or why I should have a forfeiture judgment set aside, that's where my mouthpiece comes in. So the only thing I'm doing is taking my expertise in one field and applying it to another. So in other words, I have a method of communication before I meet that woman. I have a standard. I know what I'm going to let a get away with, and I know what I'm not going to let a get away with. You understand? It doesn't change just because she got a slip.
Okay.
There's some things that I will allow and some things that I won't allow. So because you're giving a woman money, that doesn't lessen your mouthpiece. That doesn't lessen your integrity. That doesn't decrease your values or your standards or your values or your morals and your ethics. You keep that. It doesn't mean that your game is inferior because your looks are. You understand?
All right.
That doesn't. In other words, the superiority of your money doesn't denote the inferiority of your game.
All right.
You can have both. So no, the answer to your question is no. Tricking with a broad does not necessarily mean. Now, some dudes may use that as a substitute. Some dudes may do that, but that don't happen here. That doesn't happen here, you understand?
Right.
I don't know what the next gonna do, but I know what I'm gonna do. And I know what I'm gonna allow, and I know what I'm not gonna allow. And I could be just as confident with my catch hand as I can with $75. I'm just transferring energy. I'm just transferring currency. See, with that 75, I'm getting down to the point. See, if I don't have that 75, then I got to sit there and try to sell myself and entertain and jump through all them hoops, and I got to be bothered with this. I'm not going through all of that. I'm not going through all of that. I'm getting right down to the point. Look, here's what I got. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what the outcome is. Are you with it or not? I have other valuable characteristics that makes the 75 more appealing. It's the game that makes the money more appealing. And I know you can't believe that. You can't understand that. But it's what they get from me and us, me and my brother, long term. That's what makes us more attractive. That's why we can $40, $75, $20 in quarters. That's why we can do this shit, because it's other things that they get from us. There are other attraction cues that they get from us other than physicality. There's other game that they get from us other than some shit we just spitting because we want to get in their draws. We tell them up front we want to get in their draws. They already know we want to get in their draws. But what do we have to offer after we've been in their draws? That's what keeps them coming back.
Laziness. Let me see here. Laziness. I don't know. So you don't think that there could be something said for, because you yourself said if you don't have 75, then that means you got to sit there and you got to think of other ways to meander and get around her firewall, and you know what I mean, to convince her to do this, that, and the other. Now, if you're steadily giving bitches 75 and you never have to actually use those creative juices to get into a panties, so you're saying that that doesn't degrade your mouthpiece?
No, because the creative creative thing, the language of the communication is not simply the mouthpiece. The game becomes the control. The game becomes keeping her coming back. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And there are sometimes, as you very well know, sometimes they will come over and do that shit for nothing. You understand?
But wait a minute. This is, see, we're taking money out the equation here, all right? Because you're saying that if you don't have 75, that means you have to actually figure out a creative way to talk to this broad to give you the ass. Okay, and what I'm saying is, you're saying that if you keep going in a direction where you don't, if you keep going in a direction where you're always giving them money and you're not exercising that part of the brain that gives you the access to being creative, to talk to to get in their panties, you're saying that does not degrade your game because you're not using that sort of creative speaking like Alan Roger Curry, like the "Ooh say to get," you know what I mean? All that seductive talk. You know what I'm saying? If you don't use it, will you lose it?
What I'm saying is this: I'm not trying to have phone sex with a bitch. I'm not trying to do that. You understand?
Okay.
That ain't my thing, man. I ain't trying to do that.
Uh-huh.
What I'm saying is, this is what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
This is what I'm interested in. This is what I'm about. Does it mean I'm lazy because I don't want to sit here and go through all these machinations before I? So I guess you could say I'm not going to sit here and listen to the travails of your grandmama, of your mama, of your baby, of your dog. I'm not going through all of that before I do anything else. And even when I'm talking to you, I'm only going to talk to you for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to sit here and give you a pitch. I'm not going to sit here and give you a sales pitch for some.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you. If I'm in a category where I know, I'm being realistic now, if I'm in a category where I know I'm not this first choice, why would I sit here and be trying to convince her otherwise? Okay, I could be charming, I could be entertaining, I could be humorous. That's wonderful. Okay, so now I got your conversation. I need to close the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the time to sit here and go back. Look, I'm trying to close the deal. And again, you got to keep in mind, this is somebody I already know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're already in my face.
Okay.
This is not somebody going out on, and I'm just going out and I'm brand new. Usually if I'm dealing with somebody and I run up on somebody and it's a situation with my catch hand and I talk to them, usually I can close the deal within maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
Okay? So my catch hand may get me the ass, but it may take me a little longer to get the ass with my catch hand because there's more conversation involved. What I'm saying is the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. So I could use my game, but it just takes me longer.
Okay.
But I'm not finna go through all of that, dog.
Okay, man.
I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
If I see it talk, there are a lot of women that I have talked to. Shockingly enough, I've done this online. There are a lot of women that I have talked to online, and they will come see me, and we.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm in a situation where now the thrill is gone. I f***ed her. It really wasn't what I thought it was, and now I don't want to be bothered with this no more. But guess what? She wanna come back again. She wanna fuck some more. She wanna do this some more. But I don't necessarily want to be with her like that. But me not using any money, just talking to her and relating to her and getting in her feelings and getting in her emotions and getting the sex and going from that level. Now we regular buddies. Okay, now we regular buddies, but I really don't want to with you like that. Well, do you want to go to? No, I don't want to go in. I want to go do what I want to go do.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to no movies. I don't want to go to no play. No, I want to sit here.
You childish, Tony.
There you go.
Childish.
Whatever. You understand?
Okay.
I don't want to sit here and go through all that. But I don't want to sit here and, okay, well, why can't you talk her out her draws and tell her to go? Because I'm not the dude that she with for short-term gratification. Do you understand?
Okay.
I'm not that dude. I'm short-term gratification if I got 75.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's a long-term game, and I get tired of it long-term. You understand?
All right. Okay.
So if I'm working my catch hand, it's going to be on some permanent and I know I don't want no permanent I don't want no up under me. I don't want no making obligations and on my time. I don't want no telling me, well, on this day, let's go to the movies. On this day, let's do date night. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to do that shit.
You're childish, Tony. You need to grow up, sir.
Whatever.
That's the way it's supposed to be done.
That's my game. That's what game gets you. When I apply game and when I spit, it's into some long-term that I don't want. Because what happens is you have to go by, because again, at that point, you have to be considerate. You have to be overly considerate. Let me not say considerate. You have to be overly considerate. You have to be overly sensitive. You have to be overly accommodating. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not the that they do the raw lust thing with.
Okay.
I'm not that dude. Mm. So if I'm not that dude, I can't use that strategy.
Okay.
You understand?
Gotcha.
That game is not even for me. I'm not even in that category.
Okay.
So I have to stick with what works for me. And if I use that, I get myself into some shit that I don't want to do. I don't want to meet your. Well, I want my. You're such a sweet guy. I want you to meet my mom. I don't want to meet your mama.
Damn. Hell nah, man. Ooh-wee.
You understand? I don't want to sit here and meet your family and be sized up by your family and let them tell you what they think. That. No, I don't want to do that. I got 75. Come on. That's it.
Shit, man. Hey, check it. As far as the laziness goes, it has not made me lazy as far as my game is concerned, as far as my mouthpiece is concerned. But because I didn't want to go and do most things with broads in the first place. You know what I mean? The zoo, the movies, and comedy clubs, and all that goofy ass. That's never really been my forte. But nigga, now, since I've been, hardcore boss hog tricking, man, since 03, bruh, I'm super lazy now in the aspect of Xbox, pizza, sloppy toppy. Xbox, pizza, sloppy toppy. I'm not getting up, going nowhere, doing with you. No, I'm not. Xbox. Man, you know be times I've been in here, man, playing my Xbox while getting sloppy toppy at the same time. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm lazy. That is the extent of my laziness, man, when it comes to with these broads, man.
Childish now.
Say what?
You being extra childish.
Yes, I am. Yes. There's no doubt about that. I'll own that, sir. I will own that. You know what I mean? But that's my laziness, man. I don't feel like going nowhere doing jack shit with most of these broads. I mean, you gotta be, just like I'll go places with J Rabbit. I'll go places with Boss Chick, man. And those are the only two that, I pretty much really go out and do with, man. But even that's rare, man. That's basically what tricking has done for me. It's made me lazy in that aspect where, I don't feel the need to do the average that a nigga have to do to get the ass.
But keep it 100 though, man. When you do, you doing that shit now, man. But how much work did they put in, man?
Oh, they did decades worth of work. So
okay, they put in decades worth of work. They done got loads shot in their face. They done did all kind of nasty shit. A is worth a trip to the movies after 10 years.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Understand?
I love
so
my
that
babies.
would make sense. That would make sense.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
You extracted the raw materials first.
Mm-hmm.
And then went and did that shit.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Understand? It's just like when you did your hustle with Mack City. You extracted the raw materials, so when the come and ask for a favor, let me look at your resume. Let me see how much work you did, and let me see how much work you done for me. You understand?
Yeah.
You get what you want to get first, then all that other come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand? I ain't finna sit here and wrestle with you and try to. No, I'm not doing that. Nah, man. You understand? So you got work out. And the that you got out of J Rabbit, that you got to go back. You got to go back to 05 and 06 and see what a got up out of her. You understand? That she is a contentious bitch, yes. But largely, she will bend to the stick. Yes, her mouth is kind of slick.
Ooh, Lord,
she want to be hoish, but she don't want you to call her a hoe.
Right.
She want to be a hoe, but she don't want you to call her that. She want to be treated like a princess, but like a hoe. It's one of those things.
Right.
And if she think you disrespecting her, treating her like a hoe, she gonna rebel against it. So that's why she is. That's why she is as contentious as she is. But she gonna obey. She gonna do what she told. Why? Because she know this can tell her no. And if this tells her no, it's a wrap. It's a wrap if he tell her no. There is nobody else. You understand? This has value. And let me switch that around. Let me not say there is nobody else. Let me switch it around.
Okay.
He had other entertain his time with. So he doesn't have to be with her. He has options. You understand? So there are no shortage of that want to come over there and be nasty. So she know if she don't move when she's supposed to move, I'm sorry, somebody else took your slack. Hit me next month. Later.
Shit, no doubt, man.
You understand? So when you say, well, you go to the movies and you super lazy now. When you done had delivery for the last 14 years.
I'll be tripping,
So
man.
now I ask that question to you. Does it mean your game is weak?
Oh, my game definitely is not weak side. Oh, no.
Does it mean your mouthpiece is slow?
Oh,
No, it don't.
I got a touch of the buckwheat, but that, I don't really need to speak fluently no more because I got my 5 wives. I got them.
Because, so in answer to your question, I'm not the that is going to get the organic lust.
Okay.
You understand?
Right.
I know that. But so I have to do it a different way. I'm not going to go for a strategy that I know that doesn't work for me. My game is used in a different area from a different perspective. My game is transferred. What does Alan Roger Curry calls it? He said there's negotiation. My game is in negotiation.
Okay.
It's not going to be an attraction. He said there are different levels of attraction. He talks about attraction, seduction. I'm not going to be in attraction or seduction. Most of my shit going to come in negotiation.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. So I'm not going to sit here and try to run game as though I'm in the areas of attraction or seduction. I'm going to run game in negotiation.
Okay.
And in negotiation, that's where I'm a killer at. That's where my game kicks in. So everybody's game is not equal. Everybody doesn't do it the same way.
Right.
So in answer to your question, no, it doesn't. I just have to do what works for me. You understand?
Okay.
So just because I'm using money, that don't mean I don't know how to talk to her. You understand? That doesn't mean that I'm any less capable of seducing her. I just don't want the shit that come with it because I don't fit in the category where I go up and say, like what is Alan Roger? You know you want to suck this don't you? You know you want to suck this out the parking lot, don't you? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not that. That's not me. I'm not that dude. That's not me. I'm the other dude.
Okay. Okay. Well, let's go to question number 2, because I guess we've just established that your game is still your game, and no, your game is not eroded, not one bit. Okay. So the next question we got is by a brother named Larmondo or Lamondo.
Oh, I've seen him around,
Yeah. And he basically states, or he asks, so can tricking with females give them monogamous tendencies? What do you think about that? What say you? Can tricking with females give them monogamous tendencies? I guess what he's saying is, the broad comes over here and my phone rings and the is like, who the is that ringing your phone? That kind of some old jealousy type shit, like thinking that we in a so-called relationship. What do you think?
Yeah, it can give rise to monogamous tendencies, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Because it's habitual. It's Pavlovian.
Okay.
You understand? If a woman has been under you for an extensive amount of time, she has gotten used to you. you.
Okay.
And if a woman's time with you is threatened by you sharing your value with another woman, of course she's going to be territorial. If a woman has a man that she thinks has value, she going to try to claim that for herself. That's why J Rabbit asking you who you with. Who over there?
Bless her heart.
You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, again, because again, what we keep telling you niggas, it's not about that little bit of money. Y'all don't get that shit. It's not about that, because we offer not only that little bit of money or those resources, there are so many other areas. What is it that you used to say back in the day? All roads have to lead to you.
Boom. No doubt.
You understand that?
Right.
So the money is one aspect. It's all the other shit that come with that. So yes, there is value in not only the money that they get, but in all the counseling, advice, the skill set. What did the couple of podcasts when you were talking about Crybaby Niche with the gun, with the money? What was she talking about? She was really trying to say, go find where Tony at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Looking for some guidance.
Yes, looking for some guidance.
Mm-hmm.
There is more value in what you have to offer from a long-term perspective. You understand?
Yeah.
So when you ask that question, will there be monogamy? Of course, because she don't want you giving that time and attention and that type of reverence to another. Let me go back to the science. The science says that jealousy is a necessary prerequisite of a relationship. The alphabet strategy. I want to be the one. Who you with? What nasty Big Mike nasty hoe.
Yeah, a lot of cats, when you keep hearing Tony talk about the alphabet strategy, man, that's one of the techniques I used to use to wrangle in the baddest in the crew. You know what I mean? By ignoring her and basically showering all her underlings with all the attention. And the baddest would get jealous. You know what I mean? And so then she'd be clamoring for my attention. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. And of course, this is in the book. What book is that? That was in what book?
That's in both A Billion Wicked Thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
A Billion Wicked Thoughts. That's the chapter titled "The Sisterhood of the Magic Hoo-Hoo."
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's got titles like that.
So yeah, it's in A Billion Wicked Thoughts, and guess what?
And it's in David Buss's The Dangerous Passion. Yeah. Why jealousy is as necessary as love and sex.
And guess what? Mack City did it first. I've been using that for years, son.
So women will want to claim that which other won't.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. If other women are desirous of your time and attention, yes, that gonna want to claim you. You understand? Yes.
Yeah, I done sat back. Go ahead.
People want to think as though it's not like you just walking up and I need to that. No matter how many times I say it, they still ain't gonna get it. You ain't walking up and just handing some random money that's on the street. Nobody is doing that. Well, maybe somebody's doing it, but we ain't doing it. We ain't going out to the corner. We ain't going out to the corner or going to the corner store telling, look, I got 75, you give me some head. That's not what's happening.
No, man.
Nobody's doing that. So stop thinking that way. We're not doing that. That's not what's happening. You understand? That is not what the is happening.
They falling victim to the propaganda, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. So when these women come along and they're coming here and they're getting everything that they need here, they get their Dr. Phil moment, okay? They get to be in an atmosphere where nobody's judging them. They get to be in an atmosphere where everything they do is confidential. Everything they do is confidential. Women love confidentiality. That's what they do. They nastiest shit is when everything is going to be kept on the hush-hush. And they getting provided for. And they're in an environment that's quiet and clean and they're protected. And they're going to make a little bit of change because they want to sell anyway. A part of them does.
Yeah.
Because here's the truth. When they get married, they selling. You ain't hear me though. You ain't hear me. When they get married, they selling pussy. When they get married, they done sold it.
Yeah. Real man.
You understand?
Man.
So, in that tricking, I define marriage as tricking. Marriage is, to me, is a form of tricking. You're trading, and I'm going to steal from Obsidian this time. I'm trading my money and my resources for your youth and your beauty.
Right.
That's tricking.
Yep. Man, the delusions out here, man.
And then she says, you know what? You tricking with me so good, I want a wedding ring. Put a ring on it. Yes. So the answer to that question is yes. They do.
Yes.
I mean, look. This 2005. It's 2019, and they're still begging to come over.
And she still goddamn hate any that come over here, man.
You let him tell her that it's another there. See what kind of attitude she get when he tell her another there.
Cause it's 50-50, man. It's like some days I just don't want to hear a goddamn mouth, so I lie to the bitch and be like, I'm over here by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Here's how sick she is. She done got married to another nigga. Done got separated, but in her mind, that nigga belonged to her. That's how crazy she is.
She crazy as man. She crazy, man. Something wrong with that bitch. I'll be like, God damn. She said the only broad that she like and the only one she will permit me to see is Lynette, which is my wife.
Yeah.
She's like, she's the only one I like. You can see her. I'm like, okay. Like, you ain't stopping nothing. Take your home. What the fuck?
And then if you consider the last podcast this did, these not talking about marriage. How that happen off some tricking? How that happen if his game is weak?
They want me to be the cleanup man, dog. They want me to clean that shit up. They want me to be the cleanup man, bruh.
You understand?
That's all that
so
is.
No, I'm not cleaning up. I got 75, but I ain't cleaning up.
Nah, I ain't cleaning up. No.
I ain't cleaning up like I said. Now they talking about marriage. Well, how would it be if we got married? I wonder what would it be like. No, baby, let's keep things the way they are now. I'm addicted to this tricking. No. Take this little money and go back home. Or whatever it is and go back home. Take this little vending machine money. Take your laundry money and quarters and go back home.
Oh, yeah, you know Hydra out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she out, man. Bless her heart. Man. She hit me
So
up the
that's
other
fine.
day. She was like, you know, my birthday tomorrow. I was like, happy birthday. She was heated, man. Because, you know, like every year, you know, I usually, you know, take her out and do something nice for her. Give her a little some change or something. Like, I ain't got time with you right now. I just said, you know, I just texted her back. Happy birthday. She low-key salty about that. Shit. I love my babies.
And that ain't gonna stop her from calling. She gonna call again.
Oh, no doubt.
They always come back. Tom Likas didn't come up with that. That came from here. Mack City. They always come back. You understand? So, I mean, these now asking this, talking to this about marriage. He wasn't their first choice.
Nope.
Okay? He wasn't their first choice. He shelled out some money. And look at how addicted they are to him. They can't stay away from him. They can't wait to come over there in that pit and do some nasty
Boy, they
Does
some freaks,
that
man.
know a lack of game?
Freaks, boy. You just don't know, man. Like, man, it'd be me, man, because a lot of cats, they just don't know, right, what kind of a freak they may have living right next door to them, or a broad that they may talk to in passing or whatever, man. You just never know what kind of a freak that, you pass every day, man. What kind of shit broad be on, man? I'll be like, God damn. I'm like, ooh wee, I'm glad I talked to you, girl. I had no idea you was on this girl. Yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you, Tony, this is crazy.
When you put a in a place where ain't nobody gonna say nothing, what happens here stays here. Ain't nobody judging you. This is what's gonna happen. This is what I have. Now let's make it happen. You understand? Like that. They like confidentiality. They like when you don't judge them.
Shit.
That's a part of being able to seduce a woman. The fact that she can be herself and nobody's gonna know the whys. Nobody's gonna say anything. Nobody's gonna criticize. Now she knows she's safe with you. She's comfortable with you. She gonna do everything in the world you want her to do, because ain't nobody else gonna give her that feeling. If the that she quote unquote loves find out she like this, what he gonna say? He gonna say you a hoe. You a hoe. I don't want to with you. You a hoe.
Know what I love about J Rabbit, man?
What's up?
Oh Lord, man, because I don't really have, I'm old, man, so when I be like boning on chicks, I be catching cramps in my stomach and in my back. I can't sling it like I used to, man. I'm a sad sight, man. So, bruh, because I told you how she is with the head game, man. Her head ain't the best, but her finishing technique is beautiful, man, because once she give me the sloppy toppy, and once I come and I ejaculate, it's going to get X-rated, y'all. I ejaculate in her mouth, and that's all I need to do to make her come. If I ejaculate in her mouth, she will bust crazy nuts, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this is just too good. I got it made. All I got to do is just lay here, get the sloppy toppy. I ain't got to exert no energy. She gonna take the load, and she gonna bust. And and I ain't getting no cramps in my back and my leg and my stomach and you know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, too much information, I know, but dog.
With all that, ain't she worthy of a little change?
Oh, no doubt. Oh, I love her. I love her. Man, I love my babies, man. I'm trying to take her. I'm like, girl, you just don't know. You done made my day. And and that makes her want to like always give me head, man. Like right after I be done, man, I be like, don't touch me, leave me alone. She be wanting to suck me out some more. I'm like, I can't take it. I can't take it because she want to bust another nut. And the only way she gonna bust that nut is if I bust one in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? I be like, oh, you don't understand, man. My life is beautiful. It's
here's
beautiful.
my question.
Yeah.
Where's her first choice? He ain't nowhere around when this is happening, is he?
I hope not.
No, he ain't nowhere around. At that time, he ain't nowhere around. And she busting a nut from getting nut in her mouth. Nut in her mouth, and she busting a nut.
Ooh, I love her.
Are you worried about being her first choice at that time?
No. Nah, not really, dog. No.
You understand? So, and here's the part. She want to come over there and do that again.
And I want her to, too.
So, to your question, Lamando, yes, they do develop monogamous
tendencies.
Yes.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
What's the next question?
There is no more questions, man. There is no more questions. We got to go ahead and wrap this on up because, bruh, this has been a marathon. Of course, I'm going to maybe make 3 shows out of this or whatever, man. But, yeah, man, go ahead and pay the bills, man. You know what I'm saying? Let cats know who you are, where you're at, and where they can find you.
My name is Tony Maceo. You can find me here at MackCity.com, MackCityLimitsPodcast.com, and I'm still getting people signing up on my Power and Strategies channel, but I'm not putting up any new content there. MackCityLimits.com. If you want to contribute through PayPal, wayofstrategy44@gmail.com, wayofstrategy44@gmail.com. If you have any questions or concerns or comments, wayofstrategy44@gmail.com, wayofstrategy44@gmail.com. My Patreon is powerofstrategies.com, and that's where you will find me. It's my Patreon. So that's where we are. That's where I'm at. And you'll find me here or there.
No doubt, man. Well, check it out, man. I want to give shout outs to C Boogie. I want to give shout outs to ARC, O'Shea, Angry Man, and who's it? Obsidian, yes. Man, man, my memory is up, son. So yes, I'm gonna give shout outs and props to all the cats, man. You know what I mean? Thoroughly enjoy the programs, thoroughly enjoy the entertainment and the information. And y'all be on the lookout. I am going to give y'all a Patreon exclusive where I give my personal opinion of Obsidian Ali. Yes, I have not really spoken about Obsidian. Y'all know the history between Obsidian and Tony. These were two petty. They're always going at each other about silly. I have reserved judgment. I have not said anything about the fracas. I have not said anything about Obsidian. But through the years, man, ever since he's been on, and ever since him and Tony been going at it, you know, they cool now. You know what I mean? And we shall remain cool. But I have not really said anything. Cats have been asking me, you've been real silent. You know, I mean, are you pro or anti-Obsidian? You know, I think it should be obvious what I am, but I'm going to remove all doubt about, you know, how I see Obsidian. And let me see, I don't know. Give me a couple weeks to work on that. That's going to be a Patreon exclusive. That's going to be interesting. You know what I mean? So, once again, you can go ahead to MackCity.com if you want to see some empirical evidence of... what's that evolutionary psychology? What's that?
Evolutionary psychology, that's what the fuck it is.
Yeah, that's what the it is. Yeah, man. Yeah. I know what this is. Yes, man. Go there. MackCity.com or go to www.patreon.com/MackCityLimits. If you want to see the R-rated version of the females that I've been with, man, for a decade and see how I interacted. I mean, bruh, like I said, it's real-time complete with videos, pictures, scribes, podcasts, all that man. You know what I mean? You got cats out here talking all this about what they do and how they did it with the and all that, but they don't ever show receipts. Big Mike shows receipts. I show you when I'm winning and when I'm losing. There ain't no ego in this because I want y'all to learn from my victories as well as my mistakes. You dig? So, with that being said, once again, be on the lookout for the Patreon exclusive where, yes, I believe that Obsidian Ali is worthy coming from the Fat Mack. It's about that time, man. Tired of you asking me about this man, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Shout out to Obsidian, yeah, because he is a Patreon, so I'm pretty sure he will be thoroughly entertained when he listens to the podcast. All right, man. Hey, Tony, bid everybody adieu.
We up out of here. Mack City Limits, evolutionary psychology at its finest in the black community. If you want to see women on a petri dish, Dr. Fat Mack at www.mackcity.com. And we out.